Hi guys, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. I hope everybody is doing good as you're tuning into these readings. For today's reading, we're going to take a look at messages from your root chakra. Our root chakra is located at the base of your spine, and it connects us to our sense of identity. And it also relates to our sense of stability, our security, the way that we nurture ourselves and feel nurtured. Do we feel secure? Do we feel stable? Things like this. So we're going to take a look at those types of energies. So let's go ahead and choose our significator card to help you choose which pile is speaking to you. So pile number 1, please. Can we get a card for pile number 1? Oops. Pile number 2, please. Can we get a card for pile number 2? One card for pile number 2, please. Okay. So we have a few come out for you. Pile number 3, please. Can we get a message? One card for pile number 3. Alright guys, these are your pile choices. For number 1, you have the card of balance, and that is with Garnet. Pile number 2, you have Shamanic Healer with Jasper. Red Jasper. Pile number 3, you have Wisdom of the Magi, and that is with Star Ruby. Alright, if you need more time to meditate, to choose your pile, you can go ahead and push the pause button. The timestamps for the readings are going to be in the description box below, and I will see you all there. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the card Balance with the Garnet crystal. So let's see what your reading has to say. We have centered energy, emotional, oops, I don't know why emotional came out, but it was emotional self-care. So let's see what we have. Centered energy. Let's see, this person is walking on a ladder. It kind of reminds me of like a mime. You know, there's communication without words, but they're standing on, it appears like a ball, and I want to say it's like a tight rope. Let's see. And it's 24, so 6. That is the number of family and home, material comforts, which is pretty neat since we're talking about the root chakra, which is the center of it's our connection to our roots, you know, our family, our home life, our childhood. Centered energy. Let's see. We have new opportunities. New opportunity for balance and self-care. I feel like there's a new doorway. Something's opening up here. We have quiet time. So, yeah, all right. So, what I feel like is there's a juggling act that's going on where you may be trying to juggle family life, your work life, your you time, quiet time, things like that. And there may be an opportunity that's going to come in that's going to help you center yourself so that you are able to do more of the things that you enjoy. A little bit quiet time. There's maybe being asked to take a little time off. Let's see what that's about. We have Buffalo. My thoughts, emotions, words, and actions are in alignment with the highest good for all concerned. I am generous with my time, attention, and resources, and in this way, I spread love and joy. My peaceful attitude promotes goodwill for all. Okay, and then on the back we have sardonyx. Are you a generous person? Do you recognize that there's always plenty for you and plenty to share? Have you embraced extraordinary abundance and great wealth? Conscious business practices aligned with ethics and compassion fill your physical and spiritual bank account. Practice integrity in alignment with the cosmic order and watch how your abundance grows on all levels. And I love that we have this little galaxy spiraling up here and this fairy angel that's kind of leaping off of the edge. So I feel like this is the opportunity that's coming in for you, is to come into a place of alignment where all these things that you are doing and contributing that's helping others is going to be something that provides that stability for you so that you can continue to bless others. And when you do things that are in an alignment with your highest good, it gets that stamp of approval from Source Creator that your intentions, things that you want to manifest, the work that you're doing, your thoughts are with integrity and honor. There's something that the Source wants to bless you, gives you that okay so that you can progress with this type of work. Let's see what else your root chakra has to say. We have cleanse. All right, that's with the quiet time. So you're being asked to take some time out to center yourself. There may be some things that you need to let go of, that you need to process and heal in order for this opportunity to come in. Yeah, with the self-care here, this is maybe you are somebody who works a lot and you have a hard time balancing this time for yourself and also the work that you do. And so I feel like you're being asked to take some time off to center yourself and clear out some energies that are in the root chakra so that you can better ground yourself and ground in this new opportunity here. Let's see. We have illumination. Yeah, this new opportunity is something like, I feel like this is sourcing. Yes, this is blessed. This is something that comes from your heart, something you're very passionate about. This is you having confidence in yourself and this ability. So there may be some type of, lack energies that may be needing to be cleared out so that you can anchor in this opportunity for stability and financial abundance so that you can bless other people. Let's continue on. We have gossip and bittersweet. Okay, so these are some of the energies that need to be cleared. So there may be some, I want to say maybe in your work environment, or this could be at home, and a social circle here where there's some people who have an opinion. And the thing about opinions is everybody has one. And sometimes when there could be somebody who's jealous of you and your work ethic and your skills, and maybe the acknowledgement that you get from others, and just in general, your beautiful light that you shine, your uniqueness, your gifts, your talents. And they may have manipulated a story or come up with some narrative and, you know, have their own perspective on a situation that's not based on truth. And when you have people who are like that, and then they go and tell other people, and the words get twisted around, the situation gets all distorted and everything. Anybody who is like truly a friend, or somebody who truly wants to work with you or has a sense of integrity, isn't going to be listening to idle gossip. You know, they're going to go to the source to get the truth, to get the information straight from the individual. And I would advise everybody to do this and not just go off a hearsay or somebody else's experience, because everybody has a perspective and everybody experiences things differently. And so not to just take somebody else's word for something. And anybody who is treating you in this kind of way, like, you don't need their approval, you know. And so if they truly were a friend or somebody who had the best intentions, then they would be the type of individual who is a little bit more honorable and wouldn't make up stories or just spread information around without actually having the true knowledge and understanding from the source of it, you know. And with bittersweet, I feel like, you know, either this is your childhood or you yourself or your own family. Because you may be somebody who works a lot and you miss a lot of that family time, and you miss out on occasions that are very important to people in your life. And because you're working so much, you don't get to enjoy making those memories. And so I think that's some of you are being called to let some things go, to rebalance and restructure and create more time for this family time, for even yourself to be more present in the moment and not feel like you have to work so much, because that's where that lack mindset can come in, where I have to work all the time, I have to provide all the time, I can't slow down, you know, time is money, things like this, these are old programs, because they, you know, some of the societal programs want us to be working so hard to provide this material type of life, and a particular type of material life where you have to have these big fancy houses and you have to have all these logos and, you know, labels on your clothing and everything to be deemed successful and happy, that's where our happiness lies. And it's truly something that should be individual. We should all not label our happiness through the eyes of others. We should try to connect more with ourselves and our truths and get into that root chakra and understand who we really are, what makes us happy, what's our solid foundation, what makes me feel secure, what makes me feel happy, what makes me feel connected to my family. Do I feel connected to my family? And, you know, where do I place my worth and my value, and in whose hands do I place my worth and my value? Because it shouldn't be in anybody's but your own. You know, your own heart is your compass, and doing what feels good to your heart, where you feel called to help others, you know, listening to that guiding system and not listening to any doubts or fears or insecurities or guilt or anything like that. Everything that we should do from a place of love and compassion and wanting to help others. So definitely take some time out to nurture yourself, practice some self-care, pour into your own cup, let go of any fears that you have or any regrets that you have, and make those conscious choices today. Shift your perspective and your awareness so that you can bring in this new opportunity for your life to bring more balance and stability, okay? Let's see what else we have. We have invitation. All right, that's card number 17, which breaks down to an 8, which is the infinity symbol, which is about balance and strength and karmic balance even. So there may be some things in the past that need healing. You know, the old familial programmings of, you know, you got to work hard and there's no time to enjoy life because you know, you got to provide for your family. And to a degree, yes, you need to provide for your family, but not, oops, I bumped the camera, at the extent of like your own happiness and missing out on making those memories with your family and just enjoying life. We're not here to work ourselves to death, you know, and it's finding the value in the simplicity of things and the simplicity of life, you know, having those slow mornings and being able to get up and enjoy seeing, you know, the faces of the people who mean a lot to you each day and making sure you connect to them and show your appreciation that they're here with you on your journey. And, you know, it's just small things like that that we forget to acknowledge in our lives because, you know, society and these programs got us so focused on work and not feeling secure, not feeling safe, not feeling stable, and living out of a place of fear instead of living out of a place of faith and feeling connected and more present and in control of our own ability to create a life for ourselves and our family. We have open heart. Yes. When we open our heart space, it allows us to receive. You know, if you're working and you're pushing energy out, that is think of a magnet. We all have a magnetic energy. Well, when you're pushing energy, you become more electric, and so it pushes the energy out in a way. And so when you become more magnetic, the energy starts pulling in, and you receive more, you know, so it's coming into that receiving energy of receiving self-care, receiving self-love, pouring into yourself, pouring, you know, relaxation, making time to take that quiet time out, you know what I mean, so that you can process things. If you're so busy all the time, like, you end up missing out on several things, you know, just some of them are even small. You start making mistakes, you get too scatter-minded, you know, forgetful, you're not here in the present moment, you're always like, oh, well, this is coming up, this is coming, I gotta do this, make sure I do this, you know, and you can be spend a lot of time in your head and completely disconnected from right here, right now, and what's going on in your life, which can contribute missing out on those special moments. And so open your heart to receive this new opportunity. Open your heart so that you can have a higher perspective on things, so that you can work through and process any fears that you may have about lack. Because this may come from your childhood, I feel. We have out of the mess comes elegant order. Okay. And the last card, cut away what's no longer needed for you. Okay. So this whole bottom section here is about healing and letting go. And out of the mess comes elegant order. When we choose to let go of some things and we let go of burdens, or we try to shift our jobs even, you know, the way that we've been doing things for so long, and we disrupt that pattern, it can look a little chaotic, right? So think of like you have these little dominoes and they're all going in a straight line. Well, you want to like start stacking them in a different direction and everything. It can be like a little messy at first until you get the hang of working those angles, right? So it just takes a little bit of time to shift the energy around and making sure that you're making space for this. It's going to bring so much happiness into your life because you're investing your time into doing things for you and your family and your life, things that make you feel better, things that make you feel more centered, content, you know, happy, And that's essentially why we're here in the first place. Like, is to make those connections, to have a life that we can be proud of, you know, not to, I mean, yes, it's good to have nice things, but, you know, they're not the end all be all of our life here. We're not here to just have things. We're here to learn lessons and make connections and to, you know, support one another and just love, you know, and expressing things that we do love and sharing that with other people. So there's definitely some things that you need to trim and let go of, you know, and even if that's some kind of work duties, you know, scheduling time to be with family and scheduling more time to just do some things that you enjoy doing, making sure that you take some time out to heal from any hurt, any pain that you've experienced in your childhood, so that you can open up new doors and new opportunities. Because anytime we have something new come in, like, there has to be a space for it. So you gotta let some things go in order for something to come in. There has to be that void of space for something to, you know, because if you have so much going on in your life and you've got, you know, you're running to soccer practice, or you're scheduling yourself from 9 to 9 at work, you're missing out on so much, you know, and there's no time for you or for your family, or just to do things that you enjoy, because your life is filled. So and as well, when you are working so much, there's no time for you to process anything that you're going through. There's no time to even readjust your schedule, or to even process that you're not happy, because you're just forcing yourself to work. So when you take some time out, you can course correct, you know, you can see where you feel limited, where you feel boxed in, where you feel unhappy, so that you can cut away some of that stress and open yourself up to more blessings, more enjoyment, more bliss, more happiness, you know, to come in for you. So that is what I'm seeing from these cards here, pile number 1. I do want to get you a final message though before you go. Let's see. Messages from the root chakra. What on deck? Alright, we'll work with these cards. Let's get a final message for pile number 1 from the root chakra. Alright, get a couple cards come through. So we have 1 step at a time. I see the mountain ahead and dedicate myself to taking 1 small step at a time. I make progress by staying focused on the present moment, the current task. Thus, I regain my ease of living. I love that. And we have this image right here in front of us. I see the mountain ahead and I dedicate myself to taking 1 small step at a time. That is how we create the shift and the change. Each day we just make a step, you know, before long we'll be in a steady stride, you know. It just takes that commitment to begin that journey, to step on that path. Next we have me. I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to, honor, and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. I love that. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you don't take enough time for yourself, that you're always doing for others, and you miss out, or you feel like you miss out on a bunch of things. And it's because you're not opening yourself up to receive, because you're constantly the one who's doing the giving. So time for you to shift the energies around a little bit and schedule some time in for yourself, and open your heart so that you can receive, and let go of anything that you feel is blocking you, any kind of illusions or fears or doubts that you have that come from this past. Oops. The last one we have is affirmation. I love that. We have the root, the heart, and the root. Affirmation: I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and am respected by others. Yeah, your needs matter too, you know? And you're not here to to do and be for anybody else other than, you know, yourself. Like, you chose to come here, and you're here to live a life that you want to live and not to live for other people's needs and wants. Your needs and wants matter just as much, you know. And so make sure that, yes, when you're a parent, you have to provide for your children and everything. And sometimes we can lose ourselves in that transition into being a parent because we end up becoming, you know, nothing but a you know, a guide to our children, and everything is focused on providing for them, and we end up losing ourselves to a degree because we don't do anything for ourselves. And so, you know, and I completely relate. And I'm looking back now, you know, I wish I knew what I did know. You know, what I know now, I wish I knew back then. But I can say now and be the voice for others to schedule that time for yourself to do something just for you, you know? Like, it's my mommy time, and I'm gonna set 30 minutes a day and ask my husband to watch the child. Or even if, like, you know, you're single and you're on your own and you don't have anybody, when there's a moment, like say they're taking a nap, that's when you do something for you. I know a lot of us run around, you know, mothers, we go clean the house and we do all these chores and everything like that. Like, some of that stuff can wait. You know what I mean? Your laundry, your dishes. It's not saying like put them off for days, but give yourself that time to like just enjoy. I'm gonna watch a show, I'm gonna have me a glass of wine, and I'm gonna eat some ice cream. You know what I mean? That's you loving yourself, or doing some kind of artistic creativity, you know, a crafting thing, whatever like that, whatever just makes your soul feel good and sing, so that you feel like you are loving yourself too. You're giving yourself something too. So anytime you know, you do something for someone else, be like, all right, I'm going to give myself this. And if it doesn't have to be a material thing, it can be something like, you know, I love you, you know, I see what you just did there. You got such a big heart. You know what I mean? You can give yourself that accolades, you know, for doing a good job, or, you know, it's you giving it's acknowledging yourself. You know what I mean? That's what you need. You need that pat on the back and giving it to yourself, and giving yourself that approval, giving yourself that love. That's how we pour into ourselves. That's the form of self-care we're talking about. It's not just getting your nails done and your hair done and things like that. It is loving yourself and caring for yourself, so that you don't come from any kind of space of feeling lack and unsupported. You are the one who's there supporting you. You're the one who's pouring into you. You're acknowledging who you are. You're acknowledging all the work that you do, and acknowledging that you have needs, and that your feelings matter, and that your body matters, and that you're tired, and it's okay to rest without guilting yourself, okay? Whew. All right, pile number one, this was your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Sending y'all all my love and light. I appreciate you being on my channel, and I hope to see you guys in future readings. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. Welcome, pile number two. This is your reading if you chose the Shamanic Healer card with the red Jasper. Let me see, was it your reading that had more? Yes, okay. So we have the Shamanic Healer and Achievement came out. So we have Cleansing Attunement and Completion Reward. So with these two cards, I feel like you have done some healing in the root chakra here. You've overcome some childhood wounds, I feel like, with the Shamanic Healer. You have this higher perspective that you've gained on a situation. Perhaps these are some very old programs that have arrived, that been in your family for generations, I feel. brought generational healing to your family. Yeah, because this is card number 17, which is an 8, and that deals with the karmic balance and the endings and new beginnings, cycles, and we have, but it's also abundance, 16 for 7. So yeah, this is spiritual advancement. So congratulations if that resonates with you. There's some healing that has taken place in that root chakra, and you've healed some aspect of the root within your family tree. All right, let's see what else we have. We have trust your intuition. Peace of mind. Look at his heart. This is your third eye and your heart chakra. Yeah, you've found a place of peace. You've made peace with the past. Oh, look, we have butterfly. I embrace the hard-earned lessons of the past to catapult me into a bright and positive future. I easily adapt to my changing environment. Change is good. I recognize that all changes bring better life situations. Opportunities constantly present themselves to me. I recognize opportunities and take immediate action. Beautiful. This is that transformation that you have gone through it. And we have the phantom quartz. This is pretty wild. A phantom quartz has a little baby quartz growing within, and it almost has this little shadow appearance to it. So it's very symbolic of the inner child and the versions of us in their past. So it's our youth. And the phantom quartz, that's what it is the phantoms of the past, the ghosts of the past, the fears, the childhood experiences, that are very difficult and traumatic, some of them. So when this phantom quartz says, do you go with the flow? Is change imminent? Are you able to accept a new life or a new way of being? The winds of change are blowing into your life. Transform and transmute the old and allow yourself to open to a new start. Dance a dance of joy and happiness as you spread your wings. I love that. You're setting yourself free from these past, programs and perspectives of the past and old ways of doing things, old ways of living, and maybe nurturing yourself or that stability that you're looking for. And I love that we have that with the red jasper. Red jasper is the stone of justice, of strength, stability. It's also a very nurturing, grounding stone. So you're grounding in that nurturing peace of mind, the overcoming, hard obstacles and situations, and you've now transformed into the butterfly. You've gone into the shadows. You've done a lot of healing work with that inner child, and you've found that inner peace where you've made peace with the past. It's no longer something that's going to be, repeating in your mind, repeating in your heart, repeating in your family lineage. We have sadness, magic, quest. Okay. So yeah, you have allowed yourself to grieve for the past, for the circumstances that you've come through from your childhood. And now you are creating this beautiful shift in your being. You're becoming somebody new. You're transforming. Yeah, you are now seeing things from a higher perspective, and you've learned how to choose and make a choice for yourself, the better choice for yourself and for your family. We have instinct. Okay, so, and we have that right under trust your intuition right after the quest card. So you're going on a new spiritual journey. You know, you're going on a quest, and you now trust your instincts, trusting your intuition to guide you, trust that you're going to be led, that your intuition is guiding you. Act on those instincts. If something, something is giving you a red flag, you're going to listen to those red flags. You're no longer going to be ignoring what your gut instinct is telling you about an individual or about a situation. And you're going to trust your intuition to always be on point. And you're going to listen to yourself more. You're going to trust yourself more. You have recovery. Look at that key here. You hold the key. This is the key to your peace of mind, is listening to your instinct, listening to your intuition, and having that just calmness about you, because you have overcome so much with this achievement, this completion. You have healed this wound. Yeah. Ooh, we have the solar plexus. Yeah. This is the you, your personal sun, your confidence, your creative fire. It's like you've awakened, you're blooming, you're shining, you're radiating out this beautiful light that you have found. You've gone into the past, you've gone into the shadow with the shamanic healer and the phantom quartz, and you have healed, and you're starting to gain your confidence in yourself. We have alchemy. Yeah, you are a healer. You have healed. Look, we have more butterflies, more transformations. You're in that process of transforming yourself and becoming somebody new. Look at this beautiful flower we have. It kind of looks like a I don't know, a peace lily, but I'm not sure. It would make sense with this peace of mind here. Yeah, and you're just like, see this energy pouring out of your hands. You're just filled with that magic. You have enter one step forward, one step onward. See the full path. Oh, you don't need to see the full path. Just take one step. And one step, and then the next, and then the next. Exactly. Sometimes, yeah, it's in a, this journey, this path that you're on, sometimes when you are transforming, you're entering to a new space that you've never been before. So sometimes when a little anxiety or a little fear tries to come in sometimes, because our mind wants to, have control, and we want to know what's next, and what do we do now? What should I be doing? And how's it going to happen? Things like that. We try to label it and pin it down, and that's just us trying to control the energy or control our fate. And sometimes there's a little bit of mystery there on purpose, because we're meant to have that leap of faith and just trust that we are being guided. We're always being guided. The path will be laid before us. We just have to take that step and trust in our own inner guidance to lead the way. It's like this trust fall, this complete surrender. And instead of coming from a place of fear or worry or angst, use that pure, innocent part of every child that sees everything as an adventure, and so tap into that light to guide you, and embrace this new beginning. I'm starting to get tongue-tied. Embrace this new beginning with the childlike sense of wonder, and take that step and trust yourself. We have befriend your fear monster. Exactly. Thank you for that confirmation. Ask wonderfully, receive graciously. And look, we have that infinity symbol here that I was talking about with that figure 8, the number 8. So we have the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And so you can ask for guidance, you can ask for support, ask your angels, ask your animal friends, Mother Nature, to guide you, send you signs to let you know you're on the right path, and any way that your guides communicate to you. That can be through numbers, music, animals, whatever works for you, or however you like to be contacted, and those are some of the ways that they do reach out and speak to us, through symbols and numbers and stuff like that, and through lyrics. So anytime you do pick up on, like, that was a message or a synchronicity or something, those are your guides trying to guide you and let you know that, yes, this is the right path, or, pause for a minute. That's why you have to tune into your intuition and your instinct so that you can be guided to the right path that's meant for you, right? And when you do pick up on an angel number, or a synchronicity, or song lyrics or whatever, let your guides know that you received their message so that they can continue to contact you through this modality of communication, okay? That's very important. So that way they're not using whatever tactic they can find to get your attention. If you receive the information, let them know, thank you, I received that information, so they can continue to use that method, okay? Also, this is about believe and receive, Believe you're worthy of it. Believe you can achieve it, because you already have achieved it. And believe that you are worthy enough to receive this beautiful gift. You cannot pour from an empty cup. No, you can't. And that just means that make sure you're taking care of yourself, that you're nurturing yourself, you are recovering from this process of doing all this shadow work and the inner child work and everything. Make sure that you're pouring love into yourself. You're not trying to rush too far ahead. Make sure that you're taking the time out to it's like rebooting the system. You've gone through all the hard drive, you cleansed out a bunch of old files and old outdated programs, and now you've updated your system, you've upgraded it, you weeded out all of the potential viruses, and now it's time for you to reboot the system with everything that you've done and start fresh. And that takes a little bit of processing, so allow yourself this time to just pour more love and be patient with yourself as you step onto this new path. It's not a race. Make sure you're taking your time and you're being more conscious and present and aware of your choices and your steps, okay? And be aware of your thoughts and be aware of your emotions. Make sure that you're tuning into them more and listening to them, and not allowing the ego to take up any kind of control. You're being asked to stay into that flow state as well, so make sure you're doing that. Okay, I wanted to get you guys a few more final messages to close your reading. Pile number 2, this message from your root chakra. I mean, you've done a lot of work, and to clear out that root chakra is not easy. This is one of the hardest ones, because there's a lot of pain that sits in our root chakra. If you don't feel safe, if you don't feel stable, it's hard to have that stability and that sense of safety in the world. We don't find comfort in many people, and it's hard to find comfort anywhere that doesn't make you feel safe. Sometimes you don't even feel safe in your own body. And there can be a lot of things in our roots that come from our ancestors that have been generationally passed down, and it's just belief systems or ways of doing things that are very old and outdated, and they need to be updated and upgraded. And you have come into your particular family lineage to bring that healing and to overcome and bring in this new cycle and a new way of doing things from a more heart-centered space, where you are more loving, more peaceful, more kind, more understanding, more empathic, and more nurturing, more confident, more self-assured. It's you remember the balance, you remember to pour into you, and as much as you give to others, that you too are just as equally valuable. And to face your fears and try to understand where they come from. Yeah, we have another 8 here, so we have an 88. There's a higher calling here, and you're being asked to be grounded and use your self-awareness to, help others, but to also to be a part of, the beautiful creations here on earth and contributions to the creations here on earth, sending your rainbow light and your love to Mother Earth and all of her creatures. Yeah, you have such a higher perspective in the way that you see things. Yeah. All right, let me get you these right here. Way to bring some karmic balance to your family, pile number 2. Congratulations. Okay, we got 1. Any more messages for pile number 2 from the root chakra? Okay, I've done a lot of healing work. You transformed and healed a lot. Any more messages for pile number 2? Okay, just the 1 here. We have a new opening. Woohoo! When one door closes, I am confident another will open, and it will be for my betterment. I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning they present to me. Serenity comes from within. Ooh, I love that. Look at that. That is that peace of mind and this confidence that opportunities are going to be coming in for you. That's that beautiful, beautiful connection to your root chakra, where you are open to receiving this beautiful new beginning, this new version of yourself. Opportunities are coming in. That's great. Abundance is going to be flowing in. Just keep pouring that love into yourself, pile number 2. Alright, that was your reading for today, loves. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of my channel. Thank you for supporting my growth. I appreciate all your likes and your subscribes. Hit that notification bell if you want to know when I come out with a new reading. And I will see you all next time. Y'all take care. Have a better have a good day. A better day. Goodbye. Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading from your root chakra. And you chose the wisdom of the Magi with mental clarity. And that is paired with the Star Ruby. And Star Ruby, what's really neat about this, you can't see that on the camera, I'm sure, but there's this like little sparkly flash on the very top. And this is what they call a wand, this type of ruby. Anyway, this is a stone of self-love and passion and having confidence in seeing yourself from a higher perspective, and like seeing yourself, the truth of who you are, and empowering yourself with self-love. And we have this Magi who's offering mental clarity. So you're given an opportunity right now, the root chakra is saying, to see yourself from a higher perspective and to love yourself from a more compassionate place of self-love, and seeing things from with clarity, and not through the emotions. Sometimes our emotions, when they're supercharged and really heightened, like when we get triggered, it creates like think of like boiling water, within us. We're almost like seething, and you can't see through boiling water. It's very bubbly, misty, and you can't see with clarity because the water is too disturbed. But once the emotions are calm, we're able to see through the surface, and we can see deeper into more understanding with more clarity of the emotion. that is hidden beneath the surface. And that's where we have this clarity of mind and clarity of vision, and we can start to understand those emotions on a deeper level. With a, it's pretty wild, the paradox of it, because it's the more that you go within, like, and try to understand and process your truth and your real feelings, like the higher you ascend. It's pretty interesting. So the deeper into the water you go, the higher above you ascend in your perspective and your journey. So it's pretty interesting, right? And we have that with the number 5, and 5 brings a lot of change and a lot of growth and life lessons. It's also about being authentic. So let's see what else we have. From the root chakra, we have visualization. Wow, with this mental clarity. So there's some third eye work that you're being asked to do, taking some time out to sit with yourself and try to process something, some emotions, or to gain more clarity on something that's in that root chakra. And our root chakras relate back to our childhood, our youth. It's our family roots, our family tree, our ancestors, and the generations of the past. It's our childhood and the things that we were raised believing and doing, and how we were treated and loved, and how we felt about our home life, things like this. We have detoxification. Okay, so yeah, with this there's some things that need to be reprocessed, relooked at, and healed, and transformed, so that you can grow and move forward and heal and have more clarity, creating more space so that more good things, more blessings can come in. Feeling safe. Okay, yeah. There's that root chakra speaking real loud. You want to create that safe space within you. When you're a child and we go through situations where we have no control, and we're just kind of, under somebody else's, supervision, and sometimes they're not providing the best supervision, the best home life, making us feel secure and safe. Sometimes we hear some of our parents' conversations, whether they can pay the bills, or their arguments with one another. Maybe some of them were very violent, some of them maybe addicted. Everybody has a different childhood, or we have parents that are just workaholics and they're working all the time, or they're just absent because they're dealing with a whole bunch of, work-related stuff, family-related stuff, stress, bills, whatever. And so they're not very present in the moment with the children. They're doing the best. At least we want to hope that they're trying their best. But sometimes, some people are not very fit parents because they haven't dealt with their own traumas and their own issues and situations. And sometimes children get brought up in these types of homes, and we end up taking a lot of that burden onto ourselves, and we place a lot of fault in us, and thinking that there's something wrong with us, and what's wrong with me, that my childhood looks like this, but my friends, their family looks like this. Where did I go wrong? Why do I deserve this? We start questioning ourselves, and we end up putting a lot of blame and shame on us. And we end up taking some of our experiences, and we formulate patterns, and we formulate our belief systems and our structures through our childhood situations. And when we don't feel safe, we don't feel connected to our root chakra. We don't feel safe in being who we are. We don't find safety in family. We don't find safety in, perhaps your job, or in your financial situations, in relationships. Maybe your parents had toxic relationships, and so you learned how to have, relations through watching your parents and how they would relate and communicate or not communicate. So there's a whole bunch of things related into that root chakra that help formulate who we are today and how we see and process things. And if we haven't healed from a lot of those situations, we can still suffer from those experiences as adults. We have silver topaz. Have you spent time playing lately? Are you too serious? Are you ready for some fun? Is your life balanced with laughter and joy? Wake up your inner child and remember how fun life can be. Invite others to play with you. Spend some time frolicking in the water. Look at that. We have this water here. And we have the otter. I find balance in my life through play, work, rest, exercise, and laughter. My creative energy is alive. I easily nurture myself. My visualizations focus on positive outcomes. I spend time on the water's edge to regain my balance. I attract nurturing, happy people into my life. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I mean, this card is just linking these two up so much. You're being asked to balance work and home life, and taking time out to love yourself and nurture yourself. That's why we have the water here. The water is our emotions, and a lot of people are so afraid to feel into their emotions, but they are a tool. They're a guiding system. They alarm us when there's danger, and so we need to react and respond and protect ourselves. They tell us when somebody is lying and not to trust them. You know, they let us know who makes us feel safe, you know, and they remind us of the excitement, our passion, our joys, things like that. And you're being asked to tune back into your emotional self and allow some healing to occur. If you have some sadness that you need to let go of, like, honor those feelings and those emotions, because that is the truth. That is who you are. That was your experience. And once you allow yourself to just have that acceptance and allow your emotional body to just cleanse, heal, and renew itself, and let go of the blockages. Because what happens when you think about, like, I want to say, think of a river, okay? And then we have all these sticks and rocks and everything, and they start to dam up the water, and the water's no longer able to flow. And all the debris, all the life experiences that are painful and that are hard, they start to get stuck in this one area and starts to pool, and the water starts to become stagnant, and then it starts to become very muddy and dirty, and it even starts to rot, and it becomes very, just unpleasant. This is what happens in the emotional body, and these old, dead, decaying emotions are rotting in the body, which causes the body to be sick. The waters are unpure. They are filled with painful memories, painful emotions and feelings. Everything is energy, and so all that energy is trapped in there, and it can't move, and so it's just decaying and rotting. And over time you start to develop cancers and all kinds of, the body starts to malfunction. We are meant to allow our emotions to flow through us, to feel into our emotions and allow the waters to flow. If somebody hurts your feelings, honor your feelings. That is your truth. That is how you feel. And when we get sad, immediately sometimes it switches over to anger, because what we want to do is we want to protect our hearts. We immediately want to set up boundaries against this situation. It's not to cut off yourself from feeling them, it's to honor, whoa, that person was so disrespectful and they hurt my feelings. I had good intentions and it wasn't received that way, and they just attacked me. That is for you to know that this isn't somebody you want to keep in your inner circle. This is somebody you want to have a distance from. I don't trust this person. They don't handle my heart in a delicate way. They don't honor my soul. So I don't want anything to do with this person. I'm going to set that boundary here. That is how to apply the energy in a healthy way, and how to utilize the experience, the tool, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is a messenger. All of your feelings are messengers. If you find yourself being fearful of something, you have to understand, why is there fear? What am I afraid of? And use the emotion, use the whatever fear, whatever it is that's coming to you is a messenger. It's there to deliver a message. And to ask, sit with yourself, ask the emotion, what are you wanting me to see? What are you wanting me to feel? What are you trying to show me? Why do I feel this way? And start questioning yourself. Who's thinking these thoughts? Where are they coming from? Is this really my truth? Is this really how I feel about this moment in this situation? Or is this something from my past, from my childhood, coming up for me again through another circumstance to remind me of this first initial wounding that I haven't healed from? Because that's what starts to happen. If we have something that we haven't healed and let go, and we're still holding on to this feeling and to this grudge, we're going to see it repeat, so that we can find some way to release the first original emotion. And so it'll start to build up and build up and build up until we finally have like an eruption. And the eruption most of the time isn't good. Eruptions are not good because they can come out in so many different kinds of ways. If they're not coming out as sickness and disease, they can come out as overreactive emotions and responses to smaller situations, just because you have been backed up so much that every little thing is just an extra, just the tipping mark where you're about to explode and unleash. So the emotions, and working with the emotions so that you can understand them and process them in a different way and feel safe connecting and tapping in to your truth and understanding your inner child, because that's what it is. It is your inner child still has these feelings, and you are there to comfort your inner child, and you be that parent for yourself. You be your guardian angel that comforts that version of you who still in a way is still suffering that same experience, because it felt alone, it felt abandoned in this situation. So you have to be the person that reminds that younger version of yourself that you're okay, you're gonna get through this. There's good things ahead for you. I've got you. I'm protecting you. I love you. I see you. I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. That's where you become your best friend. You become your parent. You set up those healthy boundaries for yourself. And the more that you love and pour into you, you will find other people who see that light that you're giving to yourself, and they want to give it to you as well, because that's how you create that energy flow. Wake up your inner child and remember how fun life can be. Yeah, once you go through some of this healing and you let go of some of the emotions that you've been carrying around, you will start to feel more connected. You will feel that your inner child feels safe, that you feel acknowledged. You feel like there's somebody there who is going to comfort you, because you've learned to do that for yourself, which then creates more safe space within. And then you will start to feel, at peace, because your emotions have been acknowledged. Look at that. And we have forward movement. You'll be able to move forward. Your heart will have healed. We have peace, exactly. Moving into a place of peace and allowing peace to come into your heart. Healing that childhood wound. Look at that. We have renewal. This is what's waiting for you. After we detox these emotions and these feelings, you have this beautiful healing, peaceful movement come in. And look, we have joy too. Look at this growth. Lots of happiness. Yeah, you'll be able to feel safe within again, because you have made it a safe space. You're not running from yourself. You're not running from your inner child and ignoring how you feel. You're embracing your emotions. You're embracing your truth. You're supporting your inner child. You're trying to understand their perspective and bring them to the present moment with you, so they're no longer suffering by themselves. They're right here side by side with you. You're holding hands. You're acknowledging your inner child, becoming your inner child's best friend, and not making them feel like they have to suffer by themselves, trapped in the past forever. We have passage. Look at that. We have the dove of peace here. Yeah, this is safe passage for stability, anchoring in the stability. And we have this grandmother who's holding the child here, right? And creating this beautiful way for future generations to follow you. The healing that you do on yourself is the healing that you're doing for your family, for your generational roots, for your ancestors who've walked the earth before you. The healing that you do for yourself is also the healing that you're going to be bringing your family, so that you can leave behind a legacy of peace, a legacy of love. We have the throat chakra. This is you speaking your truth, honoring your authenticity, honoring the truth of how you feel in your experience, and not running away from it or not denying it and suppressing it. You're going to be healing it. You're going to be cleansing and transforming your perspective on these situations and trying to gain more clarity, more understanding, and more awareness, so you can find that peace and happiness and enjoy life more, where you can be more playful, have more fun, create happy memories and memorable experiences instead of living in the past and in the pain of the experience of childhood. It's embracing that you have overcome that, but you have to understand it and process it from the adult perspective now, so that your inner child can have that healing. You have infinite potential. Look at this. This is that new birth, new beginning. Infinite potential. You can live the life that you want. You have the potential to do that. You just have to do the healing and honor your truth. Yeah, this is about a happy family here. Family, home life. You can create that for yourself. That safe space where you feel nurtured, you feel mothered, because that's what needs to take place. You need to mother yourself and nurture yourself. A lot of times our parents don't know how to nurture us the way we need to. Everybody's love language is different, and as children, we don't have the tools to communicate our needs, or where we feel there's a lack or a void or a hole. And not everybody's parent's a therapist and sits down and actually has these kinds of conversations when they notice that there's something going wrong with their child. Most times, most parents are just very worried about paying the bills, and they're very just scattered, and they're not really thinking about how you feel most of the time. They're in their own heads, they're in their own thoughts, and everything that they're trying to process and their experience, and trying to do this, juggling kids, having a job, paying the bills, and then whatever their childhood trauma experience was too, and things that they don't necessarily tell their children as well. So it's hard for kids to understand, the parent's perspective without having a conversation with them as a parent yourself or as an adult yourself. And sometimes not everybody's even given that opportunity to even communicate that to their parents, because sometimes, these old societal programs and the old ways of doing things, they're not even open to hearing any kind of, feedback from what your experience was, or even acknowledging that you had a painful childhood. Sometimes they just feel justified in their choices, and they're not trying to offer you any kind of compassion or empathy. So it's something that you do have to do for yourself. And it's where you have to step in and become your parent and your own healer. And it does take some effort and commitment, but you can do it. I know you can. I've seen many people overcome and not have the parents give them that forgiveness, or have a parent offer you that empathy and compassion and say, I'm sorry for these things. You know, I wish I knew, and I wish I was a better parent. I wish I was more engaging. I wish I wasn't so trapped in my own mind. You know, we don't always get that type of blessing. So that's why we are called to create that space within our own selves, and for us to do our work. It becomes our duty then to do it for generations behind us. And you have the fullness of life. Number 3. Yeah, this is a beautiful blessing here. This is the abundance, expansion, the mother energy, nurturing yourself, loving yourself, pouring love and healing and understanding into the parts of you that don't feel safe and don't feel nurtured or, you know, supported in some kind of way. Oops, I think this... Oh well. We have, find your star family in this cosmic game of hide and seek. So this is more like when you start loving yourself and honoring your truth and you become more of who you really are, you start to attract more people who see your particular light, and they're drawn to you because you are owning your true self. You're no longer, your light's not being dimmed by all this heavy debris in your aura, all these trapped emotions, all these old thoughts, all this, you know, because it's all energy. And so this is stuck, blocked energy. And when you finally allow yourself to heal and process it and let it go and move forward, you start to shine a light. Your light starts getting brighter and brighter. Your aura gets brighter and brighter, and it becomes more attractive, more beautiful, more brilliant, and people become drawn to the light because we all are naturally drawn to light. You know, that is source creator, is this beautiful light that we couldn't even conceive. It would, you know, our physical bodies can't handle it, you know. So when we see a bright light within somebody's eyes and their heart and in their energy, people are drawn to that, you know. So the more you can honor your truth and the more you stand in that truth, other people are going to be drawn to you because that's who you really are. This is the truth of you, not the past. That's part of what you've come through. That's what you've been through. That's what you've healed from. It is what's molded you to become this beautiful bright light. But you have to do the healing work in order to shine your light, to find your people so that they can recognize your colors. It's almost like, you know, we all have these like flags that we're wearing, like we have a camouflage on, and once we get rid of the camouflage, we all are painted a certain kind of color underneath, and our soul tribe is that same color too. And so then once you've done the healing work and you take off the camouflage, poof, you get to show your flag, and then all your family can recognize you through the flag that you're wearing. So it's kind of similar to that, where your unique light, your soul frequency, who you really are, your truth, your family vibrates at that same energy level, and so you will track them. Not all of our, I want to say most people are not born into their soul family. We are all born into, this is our earth family that we are born into, this family lineage, and we all have different reasons for incarnating into these families. And most of the time the black sheeps are there to bring the change, to bring the healing, because they're so different from everybody else, because they're meant to almost like corrupt that program and bring in the updated version of it. So yeah, your family though is out there. Your true family, your soul family that you really belong to is still there, and you'll know them by how they make you feel. Okay, there are no wrong turns. And then we have fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. There we go. So you were born to create this change, and you can do, as long as you're moving forward, you know, that's all you need to do, one step at a time, no longer being obstructed by the past or letting the past, you know, rob you of your joy and your happiness and your freedom. Is learning to love yourself and heal from the past, heal these childhood wounds so that you can be more present, more connected to who you really are in your truth. so that you can find your true family that makes you feel cared for and it makes you feel nurtured and loved and seen. But to be honest, like, don't look for anybody else to give you that approval. It's something that has to come from within. You have to give it to yourself. You have to honor yourself, love yourself, approve of yourself. Don't seek anything outside of yourself. Pour into your own cup. Love yourself, nurture yourself, be kind to yourself, take time out, take breaks, whatever you need to do. Listen to your body, honor how you feel, honor your emotions. All right, so I'm going to get some final messages for you. We have freedom. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt, so I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. There we go. This is how you will set yourself free from the past. Come out of the mind and the head space so much and get into your heart and see things from your heart. Try not to look through the mind so much, because the mind is kind of a little bit, the mind has a certain perspective, and most of the time, like when we experience childhood trauma, we don't feel safe, and so we jump into our head and how to handle the situation from a logical point of view versus our emotions, because we haven't developed an emotional maturity yet, so we don't know how to handle the situation when we're children. And so then we react rationally, all right, well, this isn't good, so how do I respond? We learn to adapt to our environment. But then when you get older, the mind is still like on autopilot. And so what we're trying to do is reroute it back to our heart space again, because now we're an adult and we're in control, so we can use our heart. But don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Use the heart and the mind together. It's using your intuition and your instincts. If you feel negativity coming off of someone, if you feel anger at something that somebody said, that is where you need to protect yourself and allow yourself to honor how you feel without trying to gaslight yourself, or ignoring red flags or anything like that. But it's also like seeing through, the fear, seeing through the illusion, so that you can have that clarity of mind, that peace of mind. And you do that after you've healed these emotions, so that the water's not so, cloudy and dirty. Any more messages? We have one here. Here and now, the future does not exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again, because here, now, there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. That's beautiful, because that is the truth. In the here and now is in your heart space. It is in your center. And when you can sit in the heart, you're fully present. You're no longer looking to the past with regret or shame or guilt or resentment, and you're not fearing the potential futures and having anxiety of the past repeating itself. The more you can be in the present moment with your heart space, that is how you know that you have healed, because you will not be looking to the past. You won't be triggered by the past, or something that somebody says won't take you back to the past, to an emotion that hasn't been healed. And if it does, it's just showing you, it's bringing you awareness of, okay, here's a memory that you need to go back and heal from, or you need to look at it from a different perspective, bring more clarity of mind, more peace of mind, so that you can heal from this particular memory or experience. Or if there's a feeling here that you need to honor and admit and, find truth in the matter anyway. All right, pile number 3, this was your reading. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope this brings some truth and clarity to you. Sending you all of my love for working on this root chakra. Stay committed. You got this. You can do it. You will find your peace and your joy and your healing. Thank y'all for being here and being part of my channel. I hope to see you in future readings. If this reading resonated with you and you'd like to share your story, feel free to comment in the comments below. Till then, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a great day. Take care.